Live, local, breaking news. This is WIFF News 4 today.
An upstate man is helping spread awareness about prostate cancer through an inaugural ride. And still to come, an upstate library has a new addition and it's helping kids find joy in reading while experiencing the beauty of nature. Good morning, I'm Carlos Flores. Thank you for joining us today. Starting with our weather, this is a live look outside from our Hilton Greenville Skycam. You can see quiet streets, beautiful shot there of Greenville, but I'm sure a beautiful day is ahead of us. Meteorologist Sydney Sullivan is here. Sydney, how's the rest of the morning look?
Yeah, it seems like the last couple of days we have just been so fortunate to see a lot of sunshine just in time for the holiday weekend. And yes, we are continuing that theme for our Sunday as well. So we look at our live Super Doppler for high pressure still locked in, so that's going to continue to bring us nice dry weather. You will notice temperatures this afternoon will be a little bit warmer than yesterday, but still not too bad. We're still looking at fairly low humidity as well. So also another refreshing start to the day. So we look at our temperatures this morning. If you're heading out on the early side, very similar setup to yesterday morning. Most of us sitting in the upper 50s to the lower 60s. A few spots getting in the upper 60s. Greenville sitting at 66 degrees, 60 in Asheville, 59 in Cullowhee. Our friends in Clemson, 63 degrees. So not too bad out and about this Sunday morning. Now over the next 12 hours, once the sun is up shortly after 7 o'clock, we've got abundant sunshine all throughout the day with highs topping out in the upper 80s. This is about where we should be this time of year anyway, so right on track for early September temperatures. And across western North Carolina, we'll see those highs topping out in the low to mid 80s. So again, a few degrees warmer than yesterday, but still low humidity. Soak this in, because in the coming days we are going to start to see a gradual rise in those temperatures. Coming up, I'll have a closer look at the rest of your Labor Day weekend forecast, as well as just how warm our temperatures are going to go.
In western North Carolina, Asheville police have arrested a suspect they say shot and killed a man in West Asheville. Police responded to a residence on East Oakview Road around 11:45 yesterday morning to reports of shots fired. Officers say they arrived to find 37-year-old Ismael Munoz shot several times. He was treated by Buncombe County EMS but died from his injuries. Authorities say they arrested Arturo Cordero Martinez, who is charged with first-degree murder. In Greenville County, a man is dead following a shooting that happened early Saturday morning. Authorities say they got a shots fired call around 3 a.m. in Chinquapin Road in Jasmine Court area. Deputies say when they responded, they learned some of the victims were already en route to the hospital. It was later discovered that the shooting happened at the entrance of the apartment complex, where multiple people fired shots at each other. 2 people were hit, one of the victims dying at the hospital, with the coroner identified him as 29-year-old Rodney Gambrell. The condition of the other victim is unknown at this time. This is still an active investigation, and anyone with information is asked to call the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. In Anderson County, the Williamston Police Department has charged 5 juveniles for several burglaries. Police say there were 12 cars burglarized between Friday night going into Saturday. Williamston Police are reminding residents to remove valuables from your vehicles and to make sure your car doors are locked. Singer-songwriter Jimmy Buffett died yesterday, and one lifelong fan tells her reaction to the news. Andy Cole from our Savannah, Georgia sister station has the story.
Sherry Greenfield,
I've been a Jimmy Buffett fan for about 45 years.
is a self-proclaimed parrot head
My husband and I have traveled all over the country to concerts.
and even lives in Latitudes, one of Jimmy Buffett's private communities in Hardyville,
We just love the lifestyle.
which is even more reason why.
The news hit very hard.
But Greenfield and her friends aren't choosing sadness.
What would Jimmy do? Jimmy would want us to carry on and have a great time.
Instead, choosing to fill up their glasses to honor Buffett.
So here's to you, Jimmy. Cheers.
Cheers.
At 5 o'clock on the dot.
My favorite memory is when Jimmy showed up here at the Bar and Chill. I said, we can't wait till you get back to doing concerts, because it was during COVID. He said, how about we have one right now? He said, what do you want to hear? I take requests. It was the best day here by far.
Buffett, for Greenfield and his millions of fans worldwide, was so much more than just a singer. He was a restaurateur, brewer, hotelier, casino owner, but will be remembered for his barefoot way of life.
He just embodies joy. He's such a humble person and a giving person, and I hope I don't cry. And we love this lifestyle.
That was Andy Cole reporting from our sister station in Savannah, Georgia. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and one upstate man is making it his mission to spread awareness about the silent killer. The inaugural Burn Rubber on Prostate Cancer Awareness Ride was held in Greenville yesterday, where more than a dozen bikers made their way through the city. Organizer Kevin Barger was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer back in 2018 at the age of 47. He says it's important for men, especially black men, to understand the dangers associated with prostate cancer.
To me, it's a blessing. It's a gift. Like I said, everything is done for a reason. And if I can touch many motorcycle enthusiasts I am, and they can teach one, reach one, then everything's for a reason. Prevention is the key. And the more we know about it, the more we can be aware about it. So this is why it's very passionate for me to bring this attention to the public.
According to the National Cancer Institute, for black men, the risk of dying from low-grade prostate cancer is at least double that of men from all other races. Barger says with that in mind, he will continue to spread awareness and host events through his nonprofit, Keep Pounding on Prostate. In Spartanburg, athletes swam, ran, and biked to the finish line yesterday morning at the 18th annual Middle Tiger Triathlon. The YMCA hosted almost 300 athletes from the Carolinas, Georgia, and Tennessee. Athletes swam 400 meters, ran a 5K, and then biked for 15 miles to complete the race.
There's some that come, they're really competitive. We have athletes out here, they have really expensive bikes. And then we have the amateur athletes as well, where they're just wanting to finish the race. I love seeing the volunteers, the athletes, and the whole community just pull together to have this event.
Athletes had to be 15 or older to compete. Well, today is the 25th anniversary of the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, and one show has been there since the beginning. Rehearsal was held today for the youth choir as a part of the 31st years of Spirit Fest. 25 years ago in 1998, it was the third concert on the first weekend of the then named Bi-Lo Center. Following Janet Jackson and Pearl Jam, organizers say nationally known gospel artists are set to perform, representing churches from all over South Carolina.
It's part of being, being part of a legacy of this event, of this venue, as part of Greenville, South Carolina, the history of Greenville, South Carolina, the history of South Carolina. And so I'm excited about all of those things on tomorrow.
A pre-event today on the plaza at 2:30 p.m. The Well is also contributing funds to Spirit Fest scholarships this year to honor 25 years of partnership. In Easley, the 10th annual Dacusville Farm Show was put on by the Dacusville Heritage Association. This featured live music contests as well as a classic tractor and antique farm equipment.
I think there's a lot of history of the area that kids don't know, and I think this not only brings back the old days, but also kind of reconnects them to how they get the food, how the stuff that they enjoy got made, and whose effort went into it.
Live steam engine demonstrations were also a big part of the family-friendly show. Latin women from across the Carolinas and Georgia traveled to Greenville for the first ever Latin American Women's Conference. Organizers say the conference served as a chance to create a community of successful Latin women. An end goal is to help break down barriers for women of color in the world of business. Those in attendance gained firsthand perspective from women considered to be at the top of their respective fields.
Every speaker that's going to share that information is going to help to develop their businesses, the mentality, financial areas, and so many areas that every entrepreneurship needs to learn in life to extend the business or to grow in this area.
A few dozen people were in attendance. Organizers say that's a good start, but they anticipate a larger turnout next year. The Anderson County Library unveiled a new addition yesterday. A story walk along with some informational signs are now part of the KidVenture 2.0 playground and Chris Taylor Memorial Park. The story walk combines the joy of reading with the beauty of nature. Pages from a fun children's book will be displayed, inviting children and their families to explore the magic of reading in an outdoor setting.
We would like to encourage families to come to the library, bring their young readers in, and become passionate library card holders and users.